Welcome to my presentation on e2spreadsheet. e2spreadsheet was one of the first AIR applications written actually, and it was written without flex. So let me go through the features quickly of what this can do. I'm just entering text now into cells of the spreadsheet. I'm sure you've all used a spreadsheet before. What you may not realize is this little AIR application actually has some very powerful features that you would find in desktop software that you usually use. So I'm putting in some numbers here. Now, if I select those numbers with a bit of an overlap and press this sigma, what we actually get there is a summation. So you see the formula up here equals sum B0 to B4. I'm going to put in my own formula now. I type equals and then I click on cells to include them in the formula line. Minus, let's click on one more and return. Now I'm going to play around with formatting. I can change the width of columns and if I select this whole table I can make it look more like a table by putting in some coloured cells behind. There we are. I've got lots of options for different types of table and different colours there. If I look at this formula, there we are, it's references B, and I drag it and put it in another cell, you'll see that the formula doesn't change. That's because the values it referenced, the cells it referenced, didn't move. But if I take a formula and also move the cells that it references, you'll notice that the formula, if I just press the down arrow a few times, you'll notice that the formula also changes. Because the cells the formula was referencing moved, it updated the positions of those cells. Now, if I select the numbers, I can show you some charts. Let's start off with a pie chart, and you'll notice as I roll over the pie chart, I get a little indication of the value, and also the values in the cell are highlighted with the color of the chart. There's the legend. I can turn the legend on and off. I can change the labels on the legend, and I also can play with parameters that define the way the chart looks. So I can make it two-dimensional or three-dimensional. I can change the colors, or I can change the color palette. There we are. Let's put in some text in the legend so that it makes a little bit more sense. Alright, I'm going to select the same numbers now and show you a different type of pie chart. Now this one is a frequency pie chart. It's the frequency of how many times the numbers occur. So we've got the number 3 occurring twice and all the other numbers just occur once. Let's show you a bar graph now, three-dimensional bar graph. Again, if we roll over that, we can get an indication of the value, and the scale is automatically redrawn when you stretch these graphs and when you change their size. There's a line graph and a scatter graph, just quickly. And the final icon at the top is a yellow sticky note. Just you type in some text and position it somewhere on the spreadsheet. I imagine that there'll be a future version of this spreadsheet application where users can collaborate on a document, and I imagine users will probably use these notes to make comments to each other or tell each other things that they've changed. Okay, close this spreadsheet. Let's not save and open a new document. Now I'm going to select an area of cells and just type in random numbers. I'm just typing in any old number here. I want 2 columns of numbers because I'm going to show you what graphs do for 2 columns of numbers. So having typed in 2 columns of numbers, let's click on the bar chart, and there we have a bar chart, 2 colors representing the 2 columns. And as I roll over them, you see the column cells being highlighted with that color. Now switch the graph to 2D and switch on superimpose. This superimposes the 2 columns into the same bar on the graph, so you can easily compare the 2 values. And finally, I click click to swap rows and columns, and this time it interprets the graph by going vertically first and down one column and then down the other. So I've shown you changing the color themes of graphs. That's that control here. Let me show you a scatter graph now. There's a scatter graph and a line graph. We get two lines superimposed and a horizontal bar chart. Let me just make that a little bit clearer, stretch it out a little. And a pie chart. Now, it doesn't know how to do pie charts with more than one column, so it's not going to do that. And the other thing it doesn't know is it doesn't know how to do frequency charts either. So you can't have two-column frequency charts. So let me close these down, give myself a bit more room. Close this one. I'm going to show you formatting numbers now. Just like a text editor, you can change the attributes of the text. You can make it bold, italic, underline, change its color, its size, and its typeface. And you can also change the numbers to represent percentages or currencies or 2 decimal places or back to just normal numbers. So that's the attribute of the numbers. Let me insert a column. There we are. That's inserted a new column between my 2 columns of numbers, and insert a row, and I'll split the table apart like that. Okay, now I'm going to put in a new formula here, multiplied by that. So this will multiply the 2 numbers together. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm going to select this whole column here, and I'm going to go to extrapolate. And what extrapolate does is it extrapolates my formula and puts it in each cell. So there we are. It's changed the cells that the formula references, and what I have here is a multiplication of the 2 values. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Goodbye.